Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And Wilson has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now the rookie from Alabama, it's Bo Scarborough. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Prescott from the gun. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
We're going to 54.
Running with Elliott. And now running right through it. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Count.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Gets around him. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
On second down, Elliott. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And down inside the 15 he goes. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Hey, 47.
From the red zone now, Prescott toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again. That'll bring up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. They've already gone for it and made it once on this opening drive. They're going to try it again on 4th down. Accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. Now Leonard Fournette. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Lucy. 11B.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And he finds Severian Jenkins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Here we go. Hey, let's go. Trips left. Hey, spread right. Smash it.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Left side complete, Severian Jenkins. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Bortles to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Tyrone Crawford never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Throwing now is Bortles. And he fires one that's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
go 46. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
47. 46. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Drop just inside the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Let's go. Let's finish now.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Under.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Let's go. Let's finish now. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
26.
He'll get it up the middle. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier, and Bailey able to knock it through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throwing is Bortles. And his throw here is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Bortles. And he's got Moncrief. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Fournette, a first down carry, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Lucy.
From the gun, it's Bortles. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Trip slot.
Now Bortles. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Lucy.
Bortles going to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Taco Charlton in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Lucy.
Bortles now to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 23 yards on the play.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. David Irving continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
372. So right.
Now Bortles. Open man right side is Shark. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Keep playing hard, brother. All game. Whoa. Let's get it. Here we go.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Nice 39, Lucy. 372. 11.
To throw, it's Bortles. He sets the fire deep. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Whoosh. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 41 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Airing it out for Hearns. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Allen Hearns, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Let's go. Spread right, 72.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Bortles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Bortles. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Bortles now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now Bortles. And this will be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Bortles. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Spread right,
shotgun now for Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. He's at the 50, the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 99 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Lucy.
They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. And they got the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Fournette. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Green 80. Spread right, 72.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
On 3rd down, Yeldon. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. They'll run it with Jackson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Flex round! Flex round! You got 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They run. This is Scarborough. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
He's going to get it running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And this is going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And some room to work. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Sunday.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And
all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Bortles to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
372. 11B, 11B. Check 50. Omaha. Hey, alert 3.
Now Bortles, got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Dallas, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.